Hey, how's it going guys? This is Tom from UDS and welcome to our review of Exo One, a decidedly unusual looking game from developer Expletive, aka Jay Weston. We're going to tell you everything you need to know before you play, and don't forget to subscribe for more video game content every single week. You're not going to want to miss it. So, running this channel, I play and review a lot of games. And don't get me wrong, I'm not complaining in the slightest. It's given me a great excuse to check out titles that I might not have otherwise heard of. But after a while, you seek out the unusual, unique, and downright weird games that attempt something different and try to break the mold. That's why I was very excited when I got to have a go at Exo One. At its core, it's a pretty simple premise. You're a deep space traveler navigating alien landscapes in a shape-shifting craft, with a distant beam of light acting as your only waypoint. But the promise of unique gameplay mechanics, imaginative frontiers, and the fact this is all the work of one creator more than piqued my interest. But do Exo One's creative risks pay off, or does it bite off more than it can chew? Watch on to find out. Although the gameplay may seem pretty simple on the surface, there's a lot of nuance to it that makes it utterly engaging. At its core, you have to exploit and manipulate gravity to traverse the different landscapes. For example, you can transform your craft into a ball to zip down a cliff edge, flatten it into a disc to make the most of an updraft, or skim it across the surface of alien oceans. It's one of those things that you really need to experience to fully understand, but the sense of momentum and fluidity of motion, it's just absolutely sublime. In fact, so much emphasis is put on refining the raw gameplay that there isn't much in the way of superfluous challenge. You won't find any enemies, time trials, or really anything else that might pull you out of the singular vision that Exo One tries to convey. Now this might be a bit divisive, but for me, it really works to keep the experience immersive and preserves the tone of the narrative, which we'll talk more about in just a little bit. As for the visuals, they're technically nothing we haven't seen before. The thing is, I think procedurally generated space epics like No Man's Sky have made it hard for us to be shocked by any alien landscape anymore. But that isn't to say they're bad here, far from it. There's a huge variety of terrains to navigate, ranging from the sparse and haunting to the radiantly beautiful. But what really impressed me was the way they're used to conjure atmosphere and tone. Not only do they help to convey this sense of oppressive loneliness in a seemingly empty universe, but also hide necessary game mechanics in a holistic way. Likewise, the narrative is also largely told through organic environmental exposition, and it's fair to say it borrows a lot of influence from high-concept sci-fi like Interstellar and Arrival. This is by no means a bad thing, and if you're into that sort of stuff, you'll find yourself being moved by what is ostensibly a very minimalist plot. But even if you're not into that kind of stuff, it's not really a big deal, as it's the gameplay that rightfully takes center stage. The story is just some, albeit nice, window dressing. Now Exo One won't be for everyone. It's just as much an art piece as it is a video game. I think it's going to be one of those titles that the people who dig it will really like it, and I definitely consider myself in that category. But more importantly, what did you think of Exo One? Please let me know in the comments below, I'd love to read your thoughts. And don't forget to subscribe for more video game content every single week, or you can always visit UpsideDownShark.com to find out more about everything we've got going on. Until then, my name has been Tom, we've been UDS, and we'll see you next time.